Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Kiri. Oh my goodness. Are you I know there's storms like all through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, into Texas. So apparently they've been affecting you too. So I hope you've been getting rain. So hello. Patty, hello. Good evening to you. Alicia, hi. Um, Happy New Year to you guys too. And I hope you had a good Christmas. So anyway, we'll give a few minutes for everybody to get on. So it's only showing one person on. oh, there we go. 3. My lives are rocking these days. Oh goodness, Alicia, Wednesday, you get a storm with 109-kilometer winds. Oh my goodness, snow and rain on top of it. Wow. Metal roofing flying around. Gets scary trying to feed the animals. Oh. I saw that front coming through. What I'm getting, some winds, maybe 15 miles an hour, not bad. Just a little bit, but we've been getting snow all day long. So finally, there's like 3 or 4 inches out there, and it's going to stay this time, not like in October when we got 3 inches and then it melted right away. But Sunflower Marcia, hello from Pennsylvania. Bex, you're here. Yay. Yes, be safe, Kiri. Please be safe out there. Patty, we have winter windstorm coming through. Rain tonight. It's chilly, going to get colder. I saw that coming in, and we were supposed to get that one Wednesday, I think. I think it's Wednesday. We have snow today, another storm Wednesday, and I think another one Sunday or something. So we're finally getting into like a little different pattern. But yeah, it's been mild. I mean, really mild. This weekend, we're finally going to get below 0, not below freezing, below 0. So what is it? Thank you, Alicia. I missed you guys too. It was great to have a break because there's so many other. The thing is that there's so many other things going on. Family and celebrations and just different things that stuff I try to get caught up on that got pushed aside for the last few months. Just different things, and I also try not to do any work over those 2 weeks. Kind of shut down the business. And I still did a little bit, but it's like this week getting back in gear with everything. So let me see. It's 18 degrees right now with northeast winds at 12, which isn't bad. Let me see. Yeah, Saturday night it'll finally get below 0. Oh, and a high on Sunday is -5 Fahrenheit. So, but then it starts warming up again. It's just like a little dip, and then it goes back up. So, yeah, it's overall we are well above our normal temperatures this year, and El Nino does that to us. We have mild, low precipitation and cloudy, basically is what it is. So, we'll get into a discussion more about all of this, but I really want to find out like how all of that is also affecting each one of you. And so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But right now I just want to get caught up. So what did you guys do for Christmas? And then what did you do for New Year's? I went to my family's on Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve, I was here by myself, which was fine because we had rain, like crazy, crazy rain. And, they kept saying freezing rain, maybe not freezing rain, freezing, it was hanging right around that 32-degree mark. And it was like, I didn't really want to be out on that Christmas Eve if I didn't have to, which was really, really good because, and Ryan, if you're watching this at some point, my heart goes out to you. It's a neighbor of mine. He helps me with my yard work and stuff. his mom was killed just within a quarter of a mile of here on Christmas Eve. She was only 57 years old, head-on collision. The weather was not good. And so I just found out a couple days ago, and it's just like heartbreaking. It's like, oh. So anyway, I'm so glad that I did not go out. Even driving Christmas Day, it was rained all Christmas Day, but it was like you couldn't see the lines in the road. It was so bad. It was so dark, just pitch black out. And nothing being able to penetrate any clouds or bouncing off or anything. And the glare of headlights on all that water and the rain. And I think it was either the lines in the road were really old and they just weren't bright enough, or there was enough rain on the road that it was covering up some of the lines, and the paint wasn't, the reflecting paint wasn't able to come through very well, if you know what I mean. So anyway, wasn't good. So, I got to get caught up here. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I'm doing fine. We should only get hit with the edge of the Arctic blast. Okay, well, good. Fortunately, not freezing cold. There's no electricity. Oh, okay. Oh, challenging living there, Kiri. Oh my goodness. Hi, Caitlin. Oh, you get a good yummy snack. So yes, my tree is up. I finished decorating it Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve, because I wasn't out anywhere, I was wrapping presents and decorating and working a puzzle. So it was an Advent puzzle, and 24 days of those little squares and stuff, and I worked them all like Saturday and Sunday. So the 12 days each time. So the 12 days of Christmas for each day, and then I was ready for Christmas, right? So anyway, your son and his wife spent Saturday before Christmas here for a few hours. Went to your local Greasy Spoon for one. That sounds nice. Christmas, your dad did. Oh, no. Okay. Where are we here? Sunflower Marshall, you stayed home with 2 adult kids who live with you. Well, that's nice. Oh, thank you guys. Hey, Big Dreams Tiny Budget. How are you? Oh my goodness. Here listening on TV while you work weekends. Well, it was thank you for coming in. That was so great. Been wanting hot food, but starving convinced you to get greens from the garden for salad. Made chicken salad and rice cakes. Ooh. What's not the cold meal in the bar? Well, isn't that the way it goes, right? That sounds interesting. I've never had that done. So, well, I'm glad everybody's well now, Alicia. Yeah, things are going around. So, just heard there's a blizzard warning for the Cascade Mountains when the storm hits, which is rarity. Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got, like I said, I think that one's going to be hitting us Wednesday. So 2 days for it to come across. I think that's the one. Donna, hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Deb, good evening to you. You here for a bit snowing here. And that's what I hear. Ooh, I cut my finger, it looks like. That's right, Kiri. Happy birthday, or happy belated birthday. No truck means you went nowhere, just stayed home. You're going to be a grandma close to, that is so cool. I don't know if you guys follow Holler Homestead. I suspected a couple months ago, with the last couple months, that Meg was expecting again. Hey, I think she's due in March too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they said so. We finally got a dusting of snow here in Nurse Trent. Okay. Well, I've got probably 3 or 4 inches out there right now, and it's still snowing, still coming down. It's been steady all day. It can be really fine, and then it comes down heavy flakes, and so it kinda goes in and out like that. Um, yeah, that is wonderful news. Congratulations. Knock, knock. Who's there? Lemon, lemon. Who you are? Sorry, like a lemon. Oh, I was hoping Santa would bring you a truck. Oh, yeah. You could have hung it from the bottom or something, or pulled it behind. Because it's got a few extra reindeer out there. You could have pulled that truck behind. But oh, you'll be a Nana for the first time. Yay, Donna! Congrats. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I got to go see my younger daughter and her family, my grandson. He's 18 months old now. Well, actually, almost 19 months. And so I got to go and see them a few days after Christmas. So, but yeah, Christmas was pretty quiet. Like I said, I went to spent the afternoon at my sister's, and we just had, um, kind of like just finger food, stuff like that. We used to, um, when my parents were alive and my mom would host, and we had a lot more family going on and stuff. She'd put on a big old sit down dinner, for 20, 25 people and stuff like that. So, but she loved to host. She was the consummate hostess, and she loved to bake, loved to prepare, loved to decorate. Just, it wore her out, but she's got so much energy. I was like, Mom, why couldn't you have passed it on to the rest of us? But anyway, since my parents are gone, my brother's gone, we've whittled down to such a small unit now. And so it's just like none of us want to be putting on this huge dinner just for 3 or 4 of us, so anyway, we just enjoyed the day. Just wanted to spend the time with one another, and enjoy that time instead of being in the kitchen, cooking and doing all this stuff, and wearing ourselves out. She hosted Christmas. My sister hosted Christmas Eve, and there were 5 of them, I think, or something like that. So that was a sit down dinner, and that was nicer. But Christmas Day, we just took it easy and worked puzzles and took a nap and had finger food, like the meatballs in the crock pot type of thing, and a plate of meat and cheese and crackers and just different things like that, relishes, fruit. But then Christmas, then we went over to my older brother's house, which is about 8 or 10 miles away from there, and that drive was the first drive that was so bad in the weather, and it was like, oof, couldn't see. Anyway, we spent a couple hours there and opened presents and different things. So it was really nice. And then I headed home, and it's 80 miles from where I live, and I get about 5 miles from home. It's so dark and everything. And my brother was like, "You don't have to worry about deer. They're not going to be out in this rain, so don't have to worry about that." And it's like, okay, not but 5 miles from home, 3 3 big does just run right out in front of me, and I'm like, what? I'm just glad it wasn't slippery, and so anyway. um, Dave is here. Happy New Year's to you too, Dave. Hello. You're the proud mama of 9 oregano Oh, Kira, you have such a great outlook on life, and I just love it. It's so funny. You planted the seeds in ricotta container, have it in your bedroom. Oh, is it a pink or a blue bow around? It's like, oh, the oregano. You sing to them. Um, well, Caitlin, I hope you're doing better. So, You're working on fruit tree seeds. You just got currant cuttings today to plant. Yay! Um, yeah, plant macad. Oh, I know. That's so great. So great. So, yeah, and the New Year's, I stayed home. I've never been one to really go out and party for New Year's or anything. Kind of historically, I just do, I stay home and do movies, like marathons, like Lord of the Rings. Yes, I am a nerd, movie nerd that way. So, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, different things like that. But now that there's like 9 movies of each of them, it takes like 60 hours to get through everything. It's like, I can't really do that in one evening or one day. So anyway, I watched a couple other just short movies and worked puzzles and I don't know if I fell asleep. I think I was awake at midnight and I went like, yoo-hoo, and then turned the TV off and went to sleep. So anyway, it was good. Have a plant papas, yes. You are the papa of cuttings there, Dave. Christy, hello. You have a photographer mentorship Zoom live. You need to be on. Okay, that's very cool, Deb. First one of a 3-month-long mentorship. You're traveling next week to Arizona for Art of Cowgirl. That sounds really fun. I love photography and doing things. So, oh, that's so awesome. You want to grow a ton of oregano so you can feed it to chickens? Yes. Yes, very good. You think you'll read the trilogy again instead? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been doing some reading but the last week or so, yeah, about in the last week, what I've been doing is going through the 2 spare bedrooms that were my daughter's, and I was like, I'm in one that just like everything got shoved into over the last 12 years. I mean, like everything. And so I'm purging greatly, purging. I already have 2 carloads of stuff that I've gotten rid of, and I've got a lot more. So, and that doesn't even count the stuff I'm throwing away. So that's just giving away. And I've got boxes and boxes of stuff that I'm going to give to the college art program and to the thrift store. And I mean, it's just like, yeah, getting through it. Michelle, hello. You do puzzles. Oh, that's so cool. You got your 2 seed catalogs today. Cool. Oh, sorry to hear about your greenhouse. Yeah, unless those lightweight ones, they just don't last. Happy New Year to you too, Michelle. Can't wait to grow some garden again. I'm getting a little behind here. Oh, thanks, Deb. Thank you. Sounds so cool. I know. I've enjoyed getting to see the art. I have not. I don't think I've seen those. Known as molting. Okay. That's good. Your hens lay soft eggs now and then when molting in particular. Okay. Yeah. Oh, in my purging, because where they have the table, I just have one lamp on a little end table type of thing next to it. But at night, it's like I can't see. So in my purging upstairs, I found in piles of everything. I had one of those clip-on, like you clip on a desk or something, a little lamp, like a little gooseneck lamp, just clip it on. I was like, huh, I think I'm going to try this. So I clipped it on the opposite side of the table. So now I have light on that puzzle part and then light on the other puzzle part. And so I did pretty well with that. So I just did a huge puzzle. They weren't big pieces. I mean, small pieces. It was a 500 piece, so it didn't take long. But is one of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and it's just like so incredible. It's like, oh, but let me see. Okay, I have no idea about chicken eggs, so I can't help you there. Other than my brain goes to thinking about calcium, different things like that. Like Dave said, that's all I'm thinking about. Oh, only one hand. Okay. Google causes an infection was mentioned. Genetic issue. Okay. Happy New Year to you too, Deb. Have a great time. Need to get another live. Yep. Sounds good. So everybody's weather has been weird, right? Everybody and sorry, my hands are so dry. There are certain people in the world. I'm not going to even, you guys know what I'm talking about. Certain people in the world that want you to believe that it's all that, like they talk about El Nino and everybody goes, and it's like, but yeah, there's, strong weather that comes with that. But they want you to believe that it's something new, or at least within the last 20, 30 years, and that it is all a result of me using my lawnmower, different things like that. And so they're using that for different things. The truth be told, El Nino has been around like since the world was formed. It truly has been. And they started tracking it, putting pieces together about it and tracking it in the 1600s. So well over 400 years ago. Hey, Joy, how are you doing? So I forgot to put the link in the show notes below, but I'll go back and do that later. But anyway, this comes from the NOAA, which is the National Oceanographic and Aeronautics Association, and it's part of the Ocean Service thing. And so they've got, excuse me, great graphics and different things. It shows like, what happens and everything. But El Nino and La Nina, it means the boy and the girl, whatever. And their climate patterns in the Pacific Ocean that can affect weather worldwide. So you think, okay, this one little thing in the Pacific, but affects everybody and all the other things. And so it has to do with the trade winds. Now, trade winds are the kind of equatorial, which means that they flow along the equator. And I got to make sure I keep coming back to you guys here. Christy, you're about to start stuffing bubble wrap in drafty areas of this whole. Oh, that would be good. I just popped a bunch. Not bubble wrap, but the bigger pillows, the air pillows. Exactly, Christy. Exactly. And so, anyway, the trade winds. So a lot of them come off of, the equator in South America hits right around Ecuador. Does that sound kind of like Ecuador, equator? Yeah, because they kind of named it after something around the equator. So that country is named Ecuador. So anyway, it was the Ecuador's coast has a lot of fishing villages. That's, a huge part of their industry there is fishing because they're right there on the Pacific Ocean. The warm waters and the different things like that, they can get all kinds of great things. And so, yellowfin and tuna and just all kinds of different things go on there. So it's fun to punch at height for your granddaughter. Yes. What they really love to do is just put it on the floor and just stomp, 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 stomp. At least the boys do. So, anyway, around the 1600s, the fishermen started realizing that there was a pattern going on. And El Nino actually comes about every 2 to 7 years. There is no regularity about it. There's nothing that drives it one way or another. It's, just kind of the flow of things and what happens. But it can come for a couple years in a row. It can have a gap, like I said, of 7 years. It can do things like that. Now, I find that the more or the stronger El Ninos for me that affect my area anyway in the north are about every 7 years or so, and that gets really yeah, that from at least, and it affects our winter weather more than anything else. So these are really winter climate things that we deal with. So anyway, let me get back to my page so I can read it to you. So during normal conditions in the Pacific Ocean, the trade winds, they go east and west along the equator, and that's what they call them, because they call them trade winds because those are um, the routes that the traders took to get from South America to Asia, and they took their ships along that because they would get a good wind here or a good wind there. They'd also end up finding themselves in very calm waters, which they called the doldrums. So we'll kind of get through this, but anyway, the trade winds. So they blow west. So they're blowing from South America or Ecuador west along the equator. And what they do as they blow, they take the warm water that's in South America or near South America on the equator. They take the warm water, and the water moves towards Asia. So the winds take it, and it's like, whew, okay, let's, it's think of, a tub of water or your sink or something like that, and you have it a certain temperature, but you start blowing on it, and that water will move a little bit. The same thing with the ocean. The winds come along, with you get the waves and everything, that water moves. It doesn't just like stay in one spot. It actually will move. So the warm water from Ecuador starts moving west. Well, in order to replace that warm water, the cold water from down deeper rises up to replace it and to get it warm again. Okay, so it's got to warm up. So you've got kind of cold water, you've got warm water here. The wind blows this warmth away, and the cold water comes up. Okay, that is called upwelling, like up and then WELLING, upwelling. So that's what the process called. So it blows the warm out, the cold comes up. It's upwelling. It's happened every single, that happens every single year since the dawn of creation. Okay. Okay, I got to get caught up on these here. Every year, African dust travels on the trade winds and lands in the southern. Yes, so you have your Atlantic trade winds too. So these are the Pacific trade winds that I'm working on here. But you're absolutely right. The dust travels from them, all that kind of stuff. It snowed in Alabama on July 4th. I can believe it. And people are like, oh, they're trying to make us believe. They're trying to put everybody into a panic and make us believe that it's all new phenomena. And it's anyway, I wanted to bring this out because we're all experiencing it right now. And I thought it would be good to go through it so that everybody can understand exactly what's happening, so you can be a little more informed. Okay. And it's not just taking somebody's word for it. You saw a video of the doldrums as a ship went from the normal sea into the doldrums. Yeah. And it can get very foggy too in there because of, again, you've got the warm water going out there. Now, the water to the west, close to Asia, is colder than the water near South America. Even though it's still along the equator, it's colder west. So you've got the eastern water moving over to warm up the colder water, and then the upwelling near South America. And so when that warm water and cold water mix, and they hit each other, there's a lot of fog, a lot of storms, but a lot of fog too. So, Michigan Daffodil, hello. So good to have you here too. You had to call your son and fiance about a restaurant for rehearsal dinner at a not allergy safe place because we had to nix. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that could be challenging. Absolutely. Um, it's Planet X. Oh, just took people of the year without a summer. It was caused by a huge volcano. Exactly. Patty, that's good. I like that. Oh, during trade winds travel from Asia to the U.S. in summer. The winds blow from the U.S. to Asia. It rains on the Pacific coast in winter, but no rain during summer. Opposite for Asia. Yeah, it's those trade winds, and what happens is that so you get that upwelling. Let me get back here so I'll make sure that I'm doing the right thing or saying the right stuff. So El Nino and La Nina are two opposing climate patterns that break these normal conditions. So the normal one is the water in the upwelling, or the warmth in the upwelling, and moving it that way. So we have these conditions that break the norms, and scientists call them El Nino, which is the southern oscillation cycle, or La Nina. They don't say what that is, but anyway, El Nino and La Nina can both have global impacts on weather, wildfires, ecosystems, and economies. Episodes of El Nino and La Nina typically last 9 to 12 months, but can sometimes last for years. So it's not just like a one and done thing for a few years. It can last years if you get into a stuck cycle on this type of thing. And there's nothing that we do that can do that. However, like Patty said, it could be a volcano, it could be earthquakes. And we've talked about this a few years ago that there's an earthquake that actually shifted the earth on its axis like 2 or 3 degrees, and that threw off everybody's weather. So it depends on where things are located and what's happening. This is nature. It's natural stuff. It happens because the earth and its continents and its plates and everything is constantly moving. It doesn't stay the same. It's constantly moving. And so, stuff is going to happen. So El Nino and La Nina events occur every 2 to 7 years on average, but they don't occur on a regular schedule, like I was saying. El Nino occurs more frequently than La Nina. So what happens during El Nino, the trade winds weaken. So remember we talked about coming from Ecuador, going across the Pacific, that warm water and the things. But if it weakens, if those trade winds weaken, the warm water is actually pushed back east towards the west coast of the Americas. So it's like it can't do its upwelling and the whole thing to keep that balance. It gets pushed back. These are the trade winds on the equator. It has nothing to do, again, with me mowing my lawn up here in Minnesota. So, okay. So El Nino means little boy in Spanish. South American fishermen first noticed periods of unusually warm water in the Pacific Ocean in the 1600s. The full name they used was El Nino de Navidad because El Nino typically peaks around December. The warmer waters then caused the Pacific jet stream to move south of its neutral position. So a typical winter, the jet stream is in a certain place, and we get, our winter weather north, you get your winter weather south, it's, type of thing. But when this gets shifted, things get all out of whack. The okay. So if the El Nino causes it to move south of its neutral position. With this shift, areas in the northern US and Canada are drier and warmer than usual. That's what our winter has been. Very, very little precipitation, much warmer temperatures, all that kind of stuff. Um, so in the U.S. Gulf Coast and the Southeast, which we're talking California, Arizona, New Mexico, down there, these periods are wetter than usual and have increased flooding. I have a good friend in Palm Desert area, Palm Springs area, that she said they have had historic flooding there because they keep getting these storms. And I just saw there was another storm that went through. She said their streets are flooded. Their systems can't handle that. So so anyway, this is a result of El Nino. They've got a lot of extra weather going on and extra flooding, and the Gulf Coast is supposed to get some of that too. So I'm going to give you this link, guys, so that you can go in and check it, because they've got like a video and they've got great graphics and everything showing you the jet streams on the globe and different things like that. It's really, really good. Winter trade events, yes. Weather is so complicated. The weather forecasters get paid even though and they get paid good for it. Half the time I can figure it out better than they do. So it's like the year without a summer. We're expecting a second snow this winter. Tomorrow, 69 inches. Yeah, I'm supposed to get up to 5 inches for the snow today. So Michigan Daffodil, you're getting tomorrow what I have today. So, and you'll get, of course, the lake effect picks everything up, and you're going to get more then. So, barely any birds all day. Ooh, interesting. Yes, behave, Christy. Okay. Your 5th grade teacher put April showers bring May flowers on a bulletin board. I grew up in Sacramento, California. She was stupid. It doesn't rain in April. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. You guys are in rare form tonight. I love it. It's so good. So, okay. Let me see. So El Nino also has a strong effect on marine life off the Pacific coast. During normal conditions, upwelling brings water from the depths to the surface. This water is cold and nutrient rich. During El Nino, the upwelling weakens or stops altogether. Without the nutrients from the deep, there are fewer phytoplankton off the coast. This affects fish that eat phytoplankton, and in turn affects everything else that eats fish, including people. The warmer waters can also bring tropical species like yellowtail and albacore tuna into areas that are normally too cold. So that adjusts the fishing across the whole west coast of the United States. So La Nina, again, means little girl in Spanish. And it just means it's also sometimes called El Viejo or Ante-El Nino, Ante-El Nino, or simply a cold event. La Nina has the opposite effect of El Nino. During La Nina events, trade winds are even stronger than usual. See, El Nino weakens them. La Nina strengthens the trade winds. So what they do is they push more warm water towards Asia. So off the west coast of the Americas, upwelling increases, bringing cold, nutrient-rich water to the surface. So these cold waters in the Pacific push the jet stream northward. This tends to lead to drought in the southern US. Kiri, you can tell us about that one. Um, and heavy rains and flooding in the Pacific Northwest and Canada. During a La Nina year, winter temperatures are warmer than normal in the south and colder than normal in the north. La Nina also can lead to more severe hurricane season. So, yeah, it just affects all of the jet streams. So during La Nina, waters off the Pacific coast are colder and contain more nutrients than usual. This environment supports more marine life and attracts more cold water species like squid and salmon to places like the California coast. So there you go. Trying to think, do you guys have any questions about that I could maybe Google real quickly, or do you understand everything that we were talking about here? They're making educated guesses using fancy tools. That's true. That's true, Patty. Yeah. Your daughter had a friend that was studying to be a meteorologist. They said he was studying to be Oh, Christy, I need to have you over for dinner tonight. You're just like, oh my goodness. That's not far off. You must say, though, I have a lot of respect for them after learning. Yeah, it is. It's like herding cats. Yeah, it is difficult. However, how many of them actually will step outside and actually look at the clouds and put their finger in the air? It's like, okay, what direction is the wind coming from? Or looking, at a flag or anything going, and observe the animals, observe the birds, make all these different observations and trying to figure out what's going on. That all of the old timers knew all this stuff, Dave's been quiet. Is he still here? He's like, oh, I'm out of here. So, and that's those are a lot of the skills that I've been trying to develop over the years, and it's like, okay, we've got a stiff east wind today. What are the clouds looking like? Are the squirrels scampering here and there doing odd things? And it's like, we've got a storm coming in, and I come in and check my weather app and look at the radar and different things. It's like, okay, trying to piece together things, finding out a cause and effect and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that, we need to be doing that. So, because a lot of those meteorologists aren't going to be around at some point. Well, here in Minnesota, we end up getting so many transplants, like from Florida and California and different places where they haven't experienced our weather. And so it's like the temperature is going to drop to 20 degrees. We got a cold front coming in. You guys got to be so careful. And it's like, we're still running around in, hoodies. It's like, what's the deal? It's like, or there's going to be an inch of snow. Be careful out there. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like panicking. And it's like, geez, you just don't know what real weather is. So, we see the birds crowding feeders. Snow or freezing rain is not far off. Ooh, I love it. And, another great reason to have bird feeders. It helps you keep track of what's going on there in the weather. Your chickens were in a huddle like football players today on the other side of the fence with cedar trees blocking. Wow. Okay. They knew what was coming through. Your bird's not showing up, say no bad weather or such mild winter. They have plenty of natural food. There it is. Yeah. I mean, we had bare ground until yesterday, really. And what do we got? We got maybe an inch on Saturday, I think it was. And now it's been snowing all day today. But yeah, up until now, we've been bare. And so the birds have been able to eat. The deer have been out like crazy and, eating on everything in the fields. But now they're going to have to hunker down. Natives here laugh at me because you don't wear a jacket. Their 40-degree cold front is a nice summer day. Right, Anna Marie? It's like, I'm trying to remember, where did you come from? Washington? I can't remember where you were before. I know you're in Missouri now, right? Is it Missouri, Arkansas? That was Missouri. So those fear mongering and snow mongering. That's true. That's true. It's all, what can we do to drive the numbers and keep people hooked in different things. So I love that Michigan daffodil. Slippery road advisory. It's the first one in South Carolina. Oh my gosh. And it was snowing just a bit more than a sprinkle, but she was saying, look at that, it's a blizzard. I was like, you don't know what a blizzard is. Oh my goodness. From California, then to Washington, then Arkansas. Okay. Used to live in a 100-year-old farmhouse and we get minus 20, but now if it gets below 40, I think you're going to. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. It's crazy. Anyway, I want to tell you guys that my ear finally cleared up last week. It took 5 weeks that I couldn't hear out of it. And I finally went to an ENT last week, and he didn't do anything, and it just ended up clearing up kind of at the same time. But from going out to the Grand Canyon, I got altitude sickness and turned into pneumonia and sinus infection, all that kind of stuff. And so it took a long time for the sinuses to clear up, but the one of them drained into my ears and stayed there. What he said is that I had a burst blood vessel in my inner ear. And so that old blood mixed with the fluid and stuff was what was plugging it up and clogging it and everything. So, yeah, it was like, okay, this ain't good. So, but anyway, it's been clearing up and I can hear normally again. I don't feel like I'm talking in a can anymore where, it's like, so if you cover your ears and talk, that's how I felt like it was doing. So yes, I could hear. Yay! Oh, to Donner Pass once, but it was summer. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if the burst blood vessel was from, when it happened, actually, if it was from coughing so hard, if it was from flying with my sinuses plugged up, or if it was from just having so much pressure in there that it didn't, it couldn't drain and it was just packed in. I don't know. But anyway, it's nice to have it back. It's been so difficult leading music at church when I have to play and sing, because it's like I can't hear my guitar. I don't know how loud it is. I can't hear me singing except for in my head. So it's like, am I in tune? Am I singing the right note? It's like I can't hear if I'm leading people correctly or if they're doing, it's just like. And there was one Sunday in early December that I was leading music, and the lady, there was a lady that was going to be reading, some of the scripture and stuff like that. But I've been playing, and she's sitting across from me, and she's like, and I'm like, and all I'm thinking is, how in the world does she know that I lost my hearing? It's like, I didn't tell her. So anyway, she's like, afterwards, she's like, I was trying to tell you the guitar was too loud. It was like, I couldn't tell. I couldn't hear it. So it was like, oh, Christy, yeah, thundered into that in January. Yep. So you had a blister ooh, ooh, yeah. So snow thunder, like wearing the headphones to dampen the noise. So true. Uh, so there's a huge push of Gulf moisture trying to meet up with northern cold south of here. Is trying. Yeah, I looked at the radar earlier today, and it's just like a mess. And they said like Wichita. There was some. I saw something about Wichita. Um, was it? Yeah, Wichita, Kansas. That it was the snow. It was something about the snow. Anyway, but they're having Kansas, Nebraska, and then Oklahoma's getting the rain and the ice and severe weather and moving right across you guys. So you're in West Tennessee now. Okay. So that must be where it's at this point. Um, yeah. So yes, it's crazy, but it's something that is, it's been happening every year, and it's a natural thing. I would say with all of that, probably only half the time we have normal winters, for anybody. And when it's normal for me, it may not be normal for somebody else, all that kind of stuff. So really normal temps are just an average of what we get. So if we have an El Nino year and a La Nina year, and it's just crazy, 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 it's the average temperatures of what's in there. And it's like, oh, okay, well, we're above average, we're below average, different thing. And it's like, average doesn't mean that that's what we're supposed to get every year. So winter sewing. Your sister-in-law has done it with success. No, winter sewing. You have a wind advisory. Okay. So tornado weather. Hoping it doesn't get bad there. Okay. Yeah. 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 I noticed there was a lot of red stuff in the radar. So you guys be careful out there. Be really careful. Really, really careful. Some not good things can happen out there. Is that in milk cartons? Sowing seeds in winter. South is very red, waiting on Ryan. Oof. The electrical storms. Let me see what they're looking like right now. Yeah, I'm kind of in a little bit of a break of snow, but it looks like we'll get more. But all right, guys, this is, look at that. That's southern United States there. All of that mess. It's yeah, just moving into western Tennessee. Well, actually, it's like halfway through Tennessee now, but stretches all the way through Arkansas, all the way down to, looks like a tip of like Corpus Christi, Texas, and all the way up into Canada. So lots and lots of stuff going on here, and it's just right in the middle of the United States. So I see that Gil just popped up. Okay. My winter weather advisory has been extended. Oh my goodness. All through, wait a minute. We're supposed to go through 6 a.m. tomorrow. Now it says 3 a.m., but it was extended. I swear, people don't know their English. I gotta read you guys the stuff. So, winter sewing is done in milk cartons and other things. Okay. Who's going to come on at 5:30 and change 6 to 7? That new baby must be keeping him busy. A YouTuber caught a lightning bolt hitting. Ooh. Well, that's kind of cool. Doing storm chase updates. Oh, okay. That's what he is. Thankfully, the red part of Texas is east of me. It may blow. Oh, my goodness. Read timer says big tornado outbreak. Oh, you guys be careful. Be praying for your safety. It's crazy. So yeah, I've been purging rooms. My little mini greenhouse that I've had, it's moved from the living room to my office here to back to the living room. Now it's upstairs. So, but I figured it's like, okay, I only use it for 2.5 months out of the year. And it's like, I don't need it taking up room down here. So I'm rearranging rooms upstairs and going to create my little, they're sunnier. It's a south room and, get all the sunshine coming in there. And I can have the timer for the lights on and different things like that and just go in and check the water. So I think it's going to be a whole lot easier. And then when it gets to the point of having a bigger light setup, I could probably set that up down here and just because that's only for a few weeks, and don't. But I don't even know if I'm going to grow tomatoes this year. I don't know. I didn't grow tomatoes this year. I just haven't been eating that many tomato products, but I probably should because I probably should get some fresh stuff in there. So, yeah, I haven't. I've got plenty of seeds for everything. I've replenished all my seeds. I have not done any seed planting yet. Has anybody done seed plants? Have you done garden plants? Some of you who actually start growing in February or March again. I don't even think about it until then because it's like I can't plant anything till Memorial Day or June 1st. So, anyway, poor dogs are drugged with Benadryl. They hate storms. Oh, Liwiani. Oh, that's a cool name. Reed Timmer. Okay. Tornadoes down south. Ryan Hall, y'all, is also live. Beginning an hour ago. Well, you guys got these people down. Just planning to go through foot surgery first, then you'll know how much gardening you could do. When do you have that, Patty? I think you said it was going to be soon, right? February-ish or something. Plant oregano 2 weeks was sprouted at the end of last week. Oh, that was good. Usually oregano takes a while to sprout, but you did really, really good there. So, well, our hour is up already, guys. And I want to thank you so much for being here. And thanks for coming and waiting on me and different things like that. It's, yeah, kind of, I've enjoyed the last couple of weeks, and it's like, do I have to get back into my regular routine? It's like, oh, it's so busy. Every night taken up with something. And it was like, but we'll see. We'll get it going. But anyway, you're calling tomorrow. Get it on the calendar. Okay. Sounds good. You guys just have an awesome week and be safe in all those storms and take care. God bless. Always have hope. Always have hope. And, just the boy and the girl weather. I'm not even going to go there. My trans weather. So anyway, you guys just take care, and I appreciate you coming. Thank you to all my moderators, all that kind of stuff, and just enjoy your week, your January. I'm going to be trying to snuggle in and stay warm because it's going to get cold. So anyway, Talk to you guys later. See you next Monday. All right. Try not to whine about the cold. I'm not. It's not that cold. All right. Good night.